Good afternoon, and I'm out again. It's still May 6th. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon, and decided to make another video of another ride showing another point of interest perhaps a point of interest. I'm starting this ride on Shun Pike, right at the entrance to Naughty Spirits Distillery. No particular reason for this starting point, just I figured it was as good as any other. It's about 61 degrees, beautiful day, nice day for riding. This is not going to be a long ride, but I thought it might be worth capturing on film. So, with that, we are off. And the purpose of this ride, other than, as always, an excuse to give myself to get out on the bike and capture these rides on video for future reference, is to go over to and visit the Union Bethel cemetery. This is a point of interest that is not very popular in terms of publicized, or I don't know if a lot of people even know it exists. If you blink driving down the road, you would miss it. And it's a cemetery that is for African American families, and slaves and freed slaves of the Civil War that were in the Union Army. The name of the cemetery comes from a church that used to sit on the site, and some of the gravestones go back to 1850. There's a lot of gravestones of people that African Americans that fought for the Union in the Civil War. And as far as I know, it still is an active cemetery for families of loved ones there. It's a cemetery that is owned by Lower Township now, and every few years some person or group of people take it upon themselves to clean it up and refurbish it, because no one is doing that on a regular basis, and it can sort of become overrun with weeds and everything. So several years ago, a Boy Scout troop made it a project of theirs to go in and clean it up. And I'm turning off of Shun Pike onto Fishing Creek Road. I also recall a couple years before that, a couple of the coasties from the Coast Guard training center took it upon themselves to come over and clean it up. So, I'm not sure what the condition is going to be like today, and I'm not even comfortable, to be honest, riding my motorcycle back there because it's not a paved road. It's sort of a little hidden road, dirt road. Again, if you're driving down the road and you don't know it's there, you would never even take notice of it. But I think it's an interesting site for the area. It's a largely Civil War veterans. They didn't die in battle, by the way, I should point out. These are not Civil War veterans that were killed in action. These are just, people that fought in the Civil War and subsequently died. But there are also some people there that, died prior to the Civil War. But the one common theme is they are all African Americans in this cemetery. And if you see this sign coming up, this is it. The Union Civil War Veterans Cemetery. This is the only sign to denote its existence. Again, I'm not crazy about riding my bike on this kind of terrain, but decided to come back anyway. And I'm going to get off the bike and take a walk back to show this. And it says, this sign says, this veterans cemetery has been lovingly re-beautified by the RMT Middle School Builders Club and Lower Township Historic Preservation Commission. This gravesite says, gravesite of 9 black sailors found on Delaware Bay Beach in Lower Township circa 1850, erected by the American Legion, post 193. You can see some of these grave sites are, not well maintained. This person died December 9th, 1897. This stone says George Bethel. He died April 12th, 1887. The inscription says, "Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me." Here's a couple stones. This one, Charles Major, died February 18th, 1897. And this is one of the indications that family of the deceased still use this. And this large stone that I'm looking at, person was born 1855, and the Civil War was obviously at 1861. So they obviously did not fight in the Civil War, but they passed away or died in 1934. But they're with their relatives here who were veterans of the Civil War. So I'm not going to walk around and read every stone. I just thought this was a off the beaten track, serene place to visit. You can see the stones. Some of them are falling over. And it's not like a cemetery that you would visit, a more commercial cemetery where there's rows. I mean, these graves are all over the field back here. Again, this was the site of a church, Union Bethel Church. So that's it. That's all I really wanted to show. I thought it was a location that not a lot of people are aware of. Not a lot of people visit. And as you saw, if you ride down the street, if you blink, you miss that brown sign. And you wouldn't even know that the sign refers to something back here. So that's it. I'm not going to record the ride back. Just wanted to show this. Hope somebody found this of interest. I do anyway. So thanks for watching.